Hello, I'm Lisa Gray, Executive Director with the Simsbury Chamber of Commerce. I'm here today with Tunji Somma, who is part owner of CT Auto Spa, located at the Simsbury Avon Canton line on Route 44. Thanks for joining me today, Tunji.
Thank you, Lisa.
It's great to have you.
I appreciate all the recognition that the Simsbury Chamber has done for us.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. So you've been in business now for a little over a year, is that right? A couple of years, maybe?
Actually, October of this year will be 2 years since we've been washing cars, and I think we're doing a good job. People are starting to find out that we're where we are and what we can do, and a lot of good feedback.
Excellent. So business is good, and you're growing. That's always good to hear. Yep. So what do you think makes your car wash different from other car washes in the area? Tell us about CT Auto Spa and what people can expect when they visit.
Well, CT Auto Spa was the location has been a car wash for almost 50 years. We renovated the old Valley Car Wash. There was 40 or 50 years worth of stuff that we had to update, and the renovation took a little bit longer than we maybe had hoped, but finally we were able to create a modern day car wash. It's an express exterior wash model, which means that we want to see you get in and out back about your day as quick as possible with a nice, clean, dry, shiny car. We use a lot of automation, a couple of pay stations that you can drive up to, and make 90% of your purchases or transactions are done right there. So it's a little bit, that's kind of our wow factor. We've always wanted to make sure that a customer comes in and gets the same experience repeatedly every single time. And we wanted it convenient and simple, much like getting gas. You don't want to spend too much of your day getting your car, keeping your car clean.
Right. And I'm sure that automation, as you said, does make it easy and convenient for people, but for people who are looking for more of a personal touch, do you offer that as well?
Absolutely. We always have somebody on staff. There's crew members either in the detail bay or in the tunnel. There's always somebody there to assist and help. Most customers we found have never seen this type of a setup, and it is a little bit different, but it's very simple to use. It's a touch screen.
Right.
You almost just point to what you want and touch it, and it's pretty convenient.
And as far as the equipment that actually washes the cars, what is that like? Is it a touchless wash, or
the tunnel that we have right now is it's a soft cloth, or it's a closed cell foam that actually is touching your car. It's self-cleaning. It doesn't absorb any dirty water or any debris. It's constantly spinning and being rinsed down, so it's always clean from the first car to the next. And it does a really good job of getting into just about every surface of the car. We prep the cars with an attendant that will greet you, line you up, make sure that you've put it in neutral. And then
your slogan, I've noticed on your t-shirts.
On our t-shirts. And then we'll prep the car to get off any real big dirt so we don't send that down the tunnel. But the automation of everything in the tunnel does a really good job consistently. Again and again.
I'm sure you get asked a lot, will the equipment scratch my car? And it sounds like from the way you're describing it, the answer is definitely no.
No, this is
probably not gonna happen.
This is some of the best equipment in the industry. It's designed to do the exact same thing over and over again without scratching or damaging cars. It's safe for all types of vehicles, convertibles, unique or older paint finishes. We really, as long as we're not over the 7 feet 8 inches height requirement or limitation, and we don't have dual wheels or excessively large tires, pretty much any car can go through the tunnel. But it doesn't scratch vehicles, and it's not designed to do so.
Right. So you have several different wash options that you offer.
We do.
Tell us about those.
We have 4 washes. Starting from the basic wash, just an outside exterior wash and dry. The silver wash does the undercarriage, which is very popular during the winter months to get the salt off. The gold wash spends a little bit more attention on the wheels putting on a tire shine, and it also applies a triple foam polish, which is really just that, a polish. Makes your car look nice and shiny.
And this is all done by the equipment
And
as
it's
they go
all
through the
done.
tunnel.
It's all done by various pieces of equipment throughout the tunnel. And then the tap wash, the platinum wash, will include all of the items below, plus a wax. So
Okay.
it does a really nice job of, depending on what you're looking to do, just a quick get your car clean for $6 plus tax, or you can go right to the whole top wax package, which is just under $20.
Okay, so we talked about basically the outside of vehicles. Now, if someone needs to have the inside clean, tell us how we go about doing that.
We also have an option at the pay station, the Express Detail, which it's a premium wash through the tunnel. You'll purchase it at the pay station. You'll go through the tunnel, and then right now we have the big blue tent up, and you can pull underneath that, and the detail crew will come out, hand dry the car, do the door jams, take out the mats, vacuum out the inside of the vehicle, dust the dashboard, clean all the glass. There's also an upgrade option for a wax that would be applied by hand outside. And it takes about 15 or 20 minutes, depending on the condition of the car. But it's a quick way to get your car cleaned up, ready to go for a weekend or a night out.
Okay. But people don't have to go to that expense of buying the most expensive package to get the inside cleaned, right?
No, absolutely not. We also have free vacuums. We've got 5 drops right now. We've installed some new foundations so we can expand that up to 10 drops. But the vacuums are always on during normal business hours.
So people don't even have to get a car wash. If they just have a mess to clean up inside,
They can do that, but most people tend to wash their car and get the vacuum. But the vacuum is very powerful. They're free, and it does a great job. It's a big draw too. Most of the customers really find that it adds a good value to our wash versus other washes.
Definitely. The actual products that you're using to wash the car, the fluids and so forth, are they environmentally friendly?
Everything is environmentally friendly. We use predominantly Simonized soaps and solutions. Everything's water soluble in the tunnel. We use 3 wells on site for fresh water in applying the soap and rinsing the car. But everything is environmentally safe and friendly.
Great. That's important to people these days.
It absolutely is, because car wash uses a lot of resources, and most towns don't want a car wash. It's hard to build a new car wash because they can use so many resources. But we can wash a car with about 20 gallons of water, as compared to, if you were washing it in your driveway, it could be anywhere between 50 and 150, depending on how well you can wash your car, your pressure. So we really make sure that the equipment is tuned so that we're using as little, natural resources, because water is a commodity, and it's an important one.
And runoff is an issue for people too, and so it sounds like you're keeping that at a minminimum, so it's not going onto neighboring lawns or any kind of water sources or anything.
If you were to look at an underground view of the car wash, there are so many systems underground, out of sight, to make sure that the water is cleaned in a series of steps and meets all the regulations, and to adhere to the environmental standards too.
Great. Another question I had for you is, besides, obviously people want their vehicles to look nice on the outside, is there any other reason that you would recommend that someone get their vehicle washed on a regular basis?
Well, it's always easy, of course, for us to wash a car that's been washed, once a week versus one that's been washed, once every month. But a car is an expensive asset, and to keep it looking nice and to keep it from rusting and just, maintain it. It does help keeping off all the, whether it's acid rain during the summer and the spring, you get pollen. And of course, during the winter, they're putting down a very strong concentration of salt to keep the roads clear. And that's strong enough that most body shops see more and more cars coming in with brake failures and suspension failures. So to keep those items in your car clean, it's actually translating into making your car a little bit safer too.
And that's probably a time of year when most people aren't thinking about getting their cars washed. In the wintertime, they're thinking about it in the summer when the sun's shining on it and they don't want the dirt to show. But in the wintertime when it's snowing and raining and they know the next day it's just going to be more of the same, they're not thinking about getting their car washed. But that's probably the most important time to do it.
It absolutely is. And our busiest season is in the winter and in the spring. Okay. The summertime, more people, are trying to make their car look nice, and that's when our detail services are most busy. And we do a full range of full detail services, whether it's a full detail on your car, making it look from top to bottom as new as possible, to just a coat of wax on the outside. We're probably one of the only washes in the area, our detail shop, that has a steamer, which allows us to hand wash cars. We can use less than a gallon of water to hand wash a vehicle. It does a good job of getting into all the little nooks and crannies of a car, places that a rag or a regular brush wouldn't be able to get to.
So the whole vehicle goes into some sort of steaming system?
Yeah, we'd bring it into the detail shop, and then it's a diesel-powered machine that we would actually go over every surface of the car with this steamer, and it's blowing off the dirt into a microfiber rag. We do a lot of high-end vehicles that can't go through a wash, or antiques that are too delicate or too valuable. We've done motorcycles, boats. Oddly enough, we do a lot of baby seats because it disinfects too, and you don't have to load your baby seat up with chemicals.
And there's so much crud that falls in all those little nooks and crannies.
There are a little more nooks and crannies than you think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, that's interesting. So how long does that take on a typical average vehicle?
A full detail, we can make appointments, and we take appointments because that, I think, is more convenient for most people to work it into their day. An average car will detail in about 3 hours. That's what we'd like to use it. Sometimes we could get it done in less time than that, but we want to make sure that the quality of the work comes out is consistent, and some vehicles require extra steps depending on the color of the car, the type of finish that it has. It's more of an art than just something that you can quickly do.
So to keep our vehicles looking good and protect the finish and everything that you mentioned, all the reasons why we should be getting our car washed on a regular basis, how often do you recommend that we visit the car wash?
We have an unlimited wash plan where we've taken all of our 4 individual washes and turned them into a monthly plan that you would pay on a monthly basis. And we put a little RFID sticker in your windshield, the lower left-hand corner, and it gets read right at the pay station. You can come as often as you like. We do have some customers that come almost daily, but certainly they are the exception. Most customers will come at least once a week, and it's nice to keep your car clean. It depends if you have a road trip or something like that, but that's about the average, about once a week. Some people that are a little bit more particular will choose to do it maybe twice a week, but that's probably about the average.
So your unlimited wash plan, just to reiterate, is pay one price and you come as many times as you want throughout the month. You pay monthly.
Yep, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Pick your wash. Get a fast pass.
And tell people it is very convenient and very cost effective is what I'm trying to say.
And it is.
Tell people what the cost starts at. I mean, as low as...
The basic wash starts at $15.95.
That's great. So 3 washes and you've already paid for it.
Exactly. And then the silver wash is $25. Then it goes up to $34 and then $49 for the top wash. All of these are on our website at ctautospa.com. You can actually enroll in our online store for any of these washes as well as do some account management if you needed to change the credit card that the wash plan was associated with. We can do that online. But it really is a very convenient way.
Sure.
We have customers that just drive up, they don't even roll their window down. It beeps, the gate opens, and they go right through. So literally it's 90 seconds
So is that unlimited wash plan unique to CT Auto Spa, or do you think other?
There are some other
area
washes
businesses
that
are
do it,
offering? Okay.
but all of our equipment and our technology was built around that. So we didn't have to kind of jerry rig or kind of make it work. It was designed this way, from the layout of the lanes and the radiuses, turning radiuses, all of that was designed for speed. And that's another reason we have 2 pay stations too.
Yeah.
Whoever finishes their transaction first, their gate will open. That gate won't close until the car is through. The other gate won't open until the first car is
Right.
out of the way.
Right.
So people ask us all the time, how do we know what wash that they got when there's nobody taking a ticket
Right.
or telling everyone,
Right.
and it's all done through the automation,
Yeah.
which is
It's amazing.
a nice feature because it keeps everything straight.
Modern technology.
5
It's an amazing
computers
thing.
run that whole place.
Until
It's-
it breaks down. It's wonderful until it breaks down, right?
Right.
Which hopefully hasn't happened to you and won't happen to you. I don't
It's
know.
not a matter of if it'll happen, it's a matter of when. and it's making
inevitably.
sure that we're on top of
Right,
the
right,
maintenance
right,
and that
sure.
sort of thing. So
Now, do you have a customer satisfaction policy or guarantee of any kind?
we want to make sure that we're living up to our reputation of making sure customers come out with a clean, dry, shiny car. And if somebody has gone through the wash and wasn't happy with the quality of that wash, absolutely we can make sure that we'll try and make it right and do whatever we possibly can to do that. It happens every now and then where a car sat under a tree and had pine sap or something on it, but usually most people, I would say, are pretty content and happy with the quality of the wash that we put out.
Good. And I hear you guys are looking pretty good on some of those review sites and social media. Sounds like you have a lot of satisfied customers out there.
We have seen a number of very positive reviews, and we appreciate all of that.
And you mentioned your website very briefly. Tell us what people can find if they go to your website.
Our website basically tells us where we are. It's at, again, ctautospa.com. It has our wash menus. It has some pictures of some previous things that we've done. It will have outline the detail services that we provide. It will. We also do fundraising. We've done one for the chamber.
Two, actually.
Two,
yes,
yeah.
Yes, we appreciate that very much.
The scholarship fund. And it has some questions and answers. It just kind of gives you some good information about who we are, what we do, and how we do it.
Are there any other services that you provide besides the car washing and detailing? Window tinting or anything like that?
We haven't gotten into any
No?
window tinting. Okay. It's something that we've been thinking about doing. Space has become kind of a priority, just because it's just a physical limitation.
Yeah.
We don't have that much space.
Yeah.
We hopefully by the end of the year will be looking at a touchless wash in the bay right next to the tunnel. That'll be completely automated. It'll expand our hours, probably 6 hours a day. Open up at 5 a.m., close at maybe 11. And that would be one where you would pay at a pay station, drive in, stop the car, and then the equipment would go around the vehicle. So that would be, allow us to be open 365 days a year, including holidays, and no one has to miss Christmas
Right.
to do that.
Yeah.
So it would be
That
a
would be
nice
great.
addition.
Any idea when that might be coming on board?
We'd like to do it before the end of the year, before the winter season.
Okay.
Summer's a little slow right now, but we're utilizing that space with a lot of the details. So
Okay.
we'll have to wait and see.
Good. And as you mentioned, the Chamber has been able to utilize your fundraising program a couple of times, and it was very successful. So tell us a little bit more about that. What types of organizations can participate in that, and how successful it's been, and that type of thing, how it works?
The way that we've set it up is right at our pay station, we will create a unique ticket for each, or flyer for each fundraising campaign. And for the top 3 washes, the top wash, I will donate 50% of the proceeds towards the organization, 25% for the second, and 10% of the silver wash. And we run it for 3 weeks at a time. Each campaign is 3 weeks. It's as easy as driving up, scanning the coupon right at the pay station. It brings you to a unique screen that would ask you if you're going to wash your car, would you like to donate some money towards the scholarship fund?
Right.
So we've done it with a lot of, with the chamber, scholarship funds, project graduation, with Avon, schools, the Boy Scouts, organizations that really are part of the community, and it's our good way of being a good member of in the community.
And giving back to the community and
giving
saying
back
thank you. Right. We appreciate that very much. That's great. So any other plans for the wash? You talked about the Touchless Wash a little bit, and anything else you've got?
Well, besides adding maybe some more vacuums that we could see in the next near future, that would just give us 10 drops overall and allow more free vacuums. And then the Touchless Wash. We are in the process of evaluating another wash that we would like to rebrand. It's in the area. It's not anything that's
a future location.
Future location, but it would just help us expand our brand and the model that we have.
Build on the success.
And build off of this, the same success. So that's something new to come too, and wait for.
Wonderful. Okay, we will definitely be looking for that. Anything else you'd like us to know about yourself or CT Auto Spa? And I understand you have a partner in the business.
Yeah, my partner
Ken Gallup
is an officer. He wasn't able to make it today. There were some items that came up at work, but he's been an officer for 25 years. He's a lieutenant, and he was looking for somewhat of a second career, because he's eligible to retire now. So getting into the car wash business seemed like something. It's a good business. It's a family-run business, and we're looking forward to hopefully just continuing to be in the business for the next, long time.
Yeah, good. Well, it sounds like you're well on your way, and you've got quite a bit of success going on there. So I wish you a lot of success and
keep building on that success. And if people have questions, they can call us directly in the office at 860-413-2003.
Great.
They can see us on the website or stop in and see us.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Tunji.
Thank you.
I'm Lisa Gray, Executive Director with the Simsbury Chamber of Commerce, and I've been visiting today with Tunji Somma, co-owner of CT Auto Spa in Simsbury. Thank you so much for joining us.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.